Hi, everyone. It's Miss Celeste here, your ECE 102 instructor. And we have made it to week 4, part 16. And this is our final video for this course that you'd be watching. So, congratulations. I'm really, having a lot of fun getting to know all of you and coming along this journey with you. And I really hope that I have provided some insight that was super helpful in the classroom and shared some videos just to kind of get a glimpse into the classroom setting. But yes, this last slide video is going to focus on teacher and parent partnerships and ways we can do that within our classroom community in general. So before I get started, I just want to finalize making sure that we are working on our assignment because, again, that is the focal point this week and what I need you to focus on and accomplish. It is due Sunday. I hope at this point you have reached out to me and answered all your questions. And if you have not just yet, please reach out because I am here to support you. But unfortunately, if I don't know what your needs are, then I definitely can't support you. So please reach out and ask. Or send me an email if you feel more comfortable doing that. I just really want this last assignment to be a success. And in addition, we have our journal that is due Saturday. Our 45 hours teaching practice is due this week by Sunday. So again, that I do need your supervisor's signature and then the list of hours that you have completed. And then next week, we will have our last final session. All the details are in Canvas, which will indicate the date and time of when that will be happening. So please visit Canvas to get more information on all these areas and then reach out if you have any further questions. All right, so we are going to focus on building parent and teacher partnerships to support the learning, support the curriculum, support all areas of your classroom. Because building positive partnerships with both teacher and parents are essential to supporting a well balanced learning environment. It's really, really important to incorporate, parents in the environment, not just for the children, but so much for the teachers. So together, as a united team, you guys can build a solid foundation and a consistent foundation in all environments that the child is in. So these partnerships are important, needed, um, and these are 6 ways to build parent-teacher partnerships. And first, I'll start with setting the foundation. So that means set the foundation at the start of the school year by being open and meeting with parents, making sure that you learn all about who they are, their names, um, anything about them. I always encourage a parent teacher meeting before a child starts, just so you can have that one on one experience with them and they can share specifics about their child and also just what some goals that maybe that they want for them and how you can come together to accomplish those goals. And then I also would encourage the meeting with the child one on one for like a few sessions so the child can get comfortable, know who you are, know your face. And then also having the parents there so the child can also see the interaction with the teacher and the parents because that also will ease the first day anxieties and so forth. uh, and then secondly, we have communicate early. So establish a variety of communication methods early. So that could be face to face, texting, voice messaging, emails, of course, Zoom, um, etc. So there's many platforms, as we've learned over this course of this past, gosh, 2 years, of utilizing the social aspect um, remotely has been very helpful in kind of connecting and speaking to parents. And so I say continue to do that and find a way what works for that family, because not everybody is available to be face to face. So it's important to kind of note what their availability is so you can make sure that you're meeting that need consistently and having that communication open and again consistent. And then third is being detailed. So collect detailed information about each student to share with a parent. Focus on accomplishments and work with parents to help students grow. So anytime you're meeting with parents, say it's a parent teacher conference, say it's just a quick meeting, a check-in meeting. It's important that as much as you might want to discuss some concerns or areas of that sort, I definitely encourage you to also highlight some accomplishments in progress and mesh those two together, because it's so hard to have a conversation with a parent and them only hear the concerns and no accomplishments or progress, because there has to be some ways that we can articulate how the child is progressing in certain areas. So if you have some difficulties maybe with a particular meeting and finding areas about a certain child, I would definitely reach out to your team for support, or also administration or leadership, just so you can make sure that you're well prepared for that meeting and you definitely share some accomplishments. Four would be get the parents involved. So inviting the parents to the classroom through, having them do special events or student presentations, or even just having one-on-one sessions, periodically. It doesn't necessarily need to be a conference. It could just kind of be a check-in. I recommend that. And five is contact, parents regularly. So having that open, consistent communication with parents will keep them up to date with their child's progress. If you have an opportunity to send photos, that is obviously such a wonderful thing, because we also have to remember parents only get a glimpse into their child's learning environment. So that's at drop off and at pickup. So whatever those minutes that they are there, that is the only time they get to kind of see them in that environment. So I always remind teachers to remember that, because when you have parents who have maybe a little bit of anxiety, especially the first few weeks of school, and they're only seeing that little moment, which their child in distress or sad or happy, that's the only moment they saw. So it's important that we communicate that they're doing well. I used to send pictures. And I also would also do a first day celebration sheet where then it would have the child's picture and then we decorate it. Because it is a big, big milestone for a lot of these families who are entering preschool, um, toddler class. It's their first school experience. So this is such a big deal. And so every child that comes into your classroom, we have to celebrate that milestone. So please don't, lose focus of that, because that is a really, really precious time for all parents. So it's important that we continue to make it such a wow moment, exciting moment. So just one recommendation there. And then six, listen to parents, input regularly, have them, a part of the process, really give them a lot of feedback in real time. So the more consistent you are with follow-ups and those sorts is really important for them to just feel that they're being heard, respected, and a part of the process. Teacher and parent communication really sets a foundation for many areas. Communicate early is always my number one recommendation. Meet with parents before child begins school and apply a connection and build goals together, which I just mentioned briefly. Again, that is laying the foundation. Make time often to connect with parents. I understand our days get really busy within the classroom and teaching, but please don't lose focus on connecting with parents as often as you can. I also would recommend that you seek support, with the leadership and applying that in your schedule so that can be accomplished throughout the year. Another is create opportunities to meet in person versus over the phone. So, as much as our schedules are what they are, not all parents can meet face to face. So, I would definitely provide multiple opportunities for parents to come in person so they can have a face to face conversation with you because I really think that builds upon um, the relationship and just kind of getting them to be in the environment, see what's happening. You're able to just share more hands-on experiences with them, and that is very meaningful. And then keep the communication consistent and open. So because you get these opportunities to meet with them, I definitely will continue to do that over time. And of course, every parent has different needs. So, I definitely would just have a notebook of just making sure that you are meeting with them consistently. And if you haven't, then I would do like a check in and say, hey, so and so, I just wanted to check in and see how everything was going. If you had any questions or wanted to connect, I'm available, next week after school between these times. Um, just something simple like that. And then parents can meet with you or not, or find other forms of ways to communicate. But just giving them the opportunity to meet, I think says a lot. Other, recommendations between that relationship is being detailed, getting parents involved, keeping the communication of what's going on inside the classroom consistent. Again, not a lot of parents have the availability to come every day, but they definitely still want to be a part of the environment. So let's not forget that. Just because we don't see them doesn't mean they don't want to be as involved. Create different ways to apply details to what's going on. So, what I mean by that is we can apply newsletters, we could apply emails, just different ways of communicating what's happening. Applying opportunities to have parents inside the classroom, environment. So that could just be reading a story, even introducing their language through stories within circle time. And that's just maybe a 5-minute visit towards the end of the day. It doesn't need to be a lengthy visit. It just having them in the environment for a long time or a short time has meaning. Another is host parent education nights. Oh, those were my favorite to do because I really not just got the parents involved, but really got the children involved. And what I mean by that is the children got to kind of come up and present materials that they've mastered to kind of give parents a more concrete understanding of what this material was meant to teach. And it was just so magical. And so the parents got to, one, learn, two, see their child up there confidently doing and presenting, and then three, getting all their questions said and answers to all those questions by either other parents or us, and just kind of being in the moment. And I just feel like those connections and those understandings really laid so much greatness to what we were doing at school. It made the parents feel included and understood, and it was just such a great time. Another idea is host parent night out. And what I mean by that is there's opportunities where I would just invite the parents. It could be all moms, all dads, mom and dad, dads, or all moms. So it can all differ. We would all maybe go out to dinner, meet at a place of choice, and just without the children, and just kind of connect outside of the school environment, which I also think is fun and meaningful. And the parents really like to do that because then they got to meet other parents outside of the school, and it was just a different environment, and different conversations were happening, and that's good for everyone to connect in different ways. Another suggestion would be give parents different opportunities to volunteer during school, after school events, or quick story time. I guess I kind of mentioned this one already, but here's some more suggestions of ways they can, volunteer, just come in and be a part of the environment. And then another point is just connect and listen to parents. Keep the communication open. Um, Keep an open door policy. Allow them to come into the environment, be a part of the environment. Allow parents to vent, but respectfully. A lot of parents who may have, concerns really just want to share their perspective and just want to be heard. And there's many situations where, as a school director, that I just spent most of my time listening and less time talking. So, and it really did wonders. And parents felt heard, they felt respected. And then, of course, I've definitely given them some suggestions or strategies or tried to find resolution, of course, for their concerns. But for the most part, a lot of them just wanted to vent. Another way is just create a plan of communication early. So that goes back to finding what works for the parents in your classroom. So that could be through a phone call, through an email, and through Zoom. I mean, or face to face. However, it works for them. And then another important part is really asking for feedback. It's okay to ask for feedback. It's important for us to understand their perspectives of how they're viewing us or how we're delivering the information or how um they need a little bit more of this or that, and that's okay because again together we're all learning and we all need different things at different times. So I'm a big believer on asking for feedback. That's also so much why I ask you to do those reflections after our live sessions because it really just gives me an opportunity to see what you've learned and what you've gained from our live session and our class overall, of what we're talking about on topics weekly, et cetera, because I really want you to win. I really want you to be successful. And so I will do everything I can to make sure that I'm relaying as much information as I can in our short time together. And even after that, you're like I always say, you're more than welcome to contact me after this course. And if I could be of help, I would definitely help you. Another point is check in often. So, again, although parents may not ask for help or have questions, I still would take on that leadership to ask and check in. And then meet often and not only with concerns. So, just building that positive rapport first and foremost. So, then when those concern conversations um, come, they're just taken in such a different light because you've built that foundation. And it's not only when they have concerns when you meet with that. So it definitely does, have a positive impact. And lastly, I just want to say congratulations on completing all of our videos. Thank you so much for your time. It's been so much fun getting to know all of you. I have also learned too through you. So thank you so much. If you guys have any other questions, please feel free to email me. My email is there. Next week, we will have one last final live session. And again, the details are in Canvas. Please submit your final assignment by this Sunday in week 4 in your journal as well. And then until then, I will see you in our last live session in our final week, which would be in our week 5. Okay. All right. Till then, have a great day and I'll talk to you soon.